Hierarchy. Angels in Christianity have a hierarchy of 3 tiers based on how close they are to God. Each tier has 3 different types of angels. The highest orders, containing the Seraphim, Cherubim, and Ophanim. The middle orders, containing the dominions, the virtues, and the powers. And the lower orders, containing the Principalities, the Archangels, and the Angels. Seraphim. Seraph in Hebrew is literally translated to resin. The plural Seraphim could mean the fiery ones or the burning ones. The name comes from their relentless commitment to their role. They are intense, tireless, ceaseless, and determined. The Seraphim were first seen when Isaiah had a vision of God's throne. He describes them as having a human head and 6 wings. 2 of them are used to cover their face, 2 are used to fly, and 2 are used to cover their feet. The Seraphim are in direct contact with God's throne and are more or less its caretakers. They also sing "Holy, Holy, Holy" all day, every day. Cherubim. The cherubim were first seen by Ezekiel during a vision. Ezekiel describes the cherub as having 4 faces: the face of a man representing humanity, the face of an ox representing domestic animals, the face of a lion representing wild animals, and the face of an eagle representing birds. They also have the body of a lion, the feet of an oxen, and their wings are covered in eyes. In the vision, Ezekiel sees cherubim guarding God's throne. So the cherubim could be described as the sentinels of the throne of God. According to Thomas Aquinas, the cherubim are characterized by knowledge, meanwhile the seraphim are characterized by their burning love for God. Ophanim. In Ezekiel's vision, when he saw a cherub, he also saw an ophim, also called throne. This is not a literal throne like the one God sits on. Ezekiel describes it as wheels within wheels. They are covered in ice, and within the wheels was a multicolored fire, and there were living creatures within this fire. They are also described as being enormous, almost as big as the sky itself, and whenever they spoke, it was the noise of thunder and trumpets. It is said that these wheels were the actual wheels of the Lord's heavenly chariot. Dominions. Now, starting the second tier, we have dominions. The dominions are depicted to have a golden staff in their right hand and the seal of God in their left hand. This means that they rule over the other angels as well as carry out God's will. The dominion's purpose is to lead the angels under them as well as maintain order in the universe by governing the stars and planets. They also act on Earth when humans have a large conflict like a major war and have the power to decide who wins that war based on God's judgment. So they are mostly seen as judges. Virtues. Virtues are in control of nature and the elements, like storms. Whenever someone starts losing their faith in God, the virtues are to give them valor and strength to restore their faith, and they are also the ones who do miracles. They are depicted to have white lilies in one hand and red roses in another. White lilies represent the perfection of God, and the red roses represent the love of Christ for humanity. Powers. Dominions are the neutral judges, virtues are the positive force dealing mercy and healing, and the powers serve as the punishers. The powers are meant to be the anti-demon force of God. They are the ones fighting against the demons and fallen angels and guarding the physical border between heaven and earth, which is why they are in constant war against the demons. Also, whenever a human dies, it is the powers that individually escort every soul into heaven or hell. Because of that, they're always shown as having armor on and holding some type of weapon. Principalities. Now, to start the third tier, the Principalities, unlike all the other angels we covered so far, are on Earth, in the same space and time as humans. However, humans still can't see them. Their role is to rule over certain areas of Earth, like nations, cities, or even governments and kings, and also to carry down orders and messages from the higher tiers to the lower tiers. They are the earthly equivalent to the dominions in heaven. Because of that, they're usually depicted as wearing a crown, and they are the ones that give blessings to humans. So when there's a major breakthrough in science, it's the Principalities giving those scientists that knowledge. It is believed that a lot of the fallen angels that follow Lucifer are Principalities, and that's how Lucifer is able to manipulate people or carry out his will. Archangels. It's believed that archangels are not actually its own rank of angels, but the leaders of their own respective ranks. They are also believed to be the most powerful and important angels, which is why they have names, unlike all the other angels. There are 7 of them. Michael is the warrior and leader of the Seraphim. Raphael is the healer and leader of the virtues. Uriel is repentance and leader of the Cherubim. Gabriel is the messenger, Ariel is nature, Chamuel is relations, and Azrael is the angel of death. We only know which ranks Michael, Raphael, and Uriel lead. What ranks the other 4 archangels lead is unknown. They are all some type of warrior, but Michael specifically is meant to defeat the devil himself at the end of our timeline. There's also a theory that Lucifer used to be the warrior archangel, and after he fell from grace, he was replaced by Michael. Also, Lucifer might have been a cherub or a seraph when he was still in heaven. Angels. Technically, all the other categories aren't angels. Angels are supposed to be its own category. Angels are the closest to humans and they are God's messengers. These are the guardian angels, which supposedly every person in the world has one. Their purpose is to protect the followers of God on earth, and they are very good at blending in with humans. Some of them look just like normal humans and no one could tell that they are actually an angel. They are always shown as tall humans with a pair of wings.